Paper number 31. Now in this paper number 31, question numbers please. Question numbers 1 to 5. How many people are there? There are 7 people. P, Q, R, S, T, U and V live on 8 different floors. 8 different floors of a building. 8 floors, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only 7 people are staying in these 8 floors, which implies that one of the floor is a vacant floor. One of the floor is vacant floor. Then one of the floor is vacant. Next one, V lives on floor number 5. V lives on floor number 5. This is what the information we have. And there are only 2 floors between the floors on which V and T live. Between V and T, how many are there? There are 2 floors. Now in this one, between V and T, there are 2 floors. That is one possibility, and the second possibility is T can be on the 8th floor. Isn't it? T can be either on the 2nd or on the 8th floor. And S lives immediately below T. S is immediately below T. S lives immediately below T. Next one, Q lives on an odd number floor but not on floor number 3. And Q odd number floor but not on floor number 3. Hence Q must be on the 7th floor in case 1. And in case 2 but not on floor number 3. Hence Q must be on the 1st floor. Odd number floor but not on floor number 3 there is. There are only 3 floors between the floors on which Q and P. Between Q and P there must be exactly 3. 1, 2, 3, hence P must be on the 3rd floor. And in this one between Q and P there must be exactly 3. Hence P and V must be in the same place, which is not possible. And the second case is completely ruled out. Now we are left with this one. R lives on one of the floors above U. R is above U, and neither R nor U live on floor number 6. Neither R nor U lives on floor number 6. And this floor is a vacant floor. As this floor is a vacant floor, R is here and U will be here. Done with this? Now this is about question numbers 1 to 5. What is the order here? RQ, vacant, VU, PTS. Question numbers 1 to 5. Let's write down this arrangement. Then question number 6 to 10. 8 people, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Around a square table but not necessarily in the same order. A through H are the 8 persons seated around a square table. Square table. Now, sir, among these 8 persons, such a way that 4 of them sit at 4 corners while 4 sit in the middle of each 4 sides. The one seated at the middle of the sides are facing the center. Now these persons are facing the center and these persons are facing away from the center. 4 persons are inward and 4 persons are outward. The next one, D sits at one of the corners of the table. As D sits at one of the corners of the table, we can fix this D at any place, at any one of these 4 corners. D sits at one of the corners of the table, only 2 people between D and A. As only 2 people between D and A, how many possibilities do we have? We have some 2 possibilities. And A can be at this place, that is one possibility. Then what is the second possibility? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A can be at this place because only 2 people between D and A. And in this case, D is facing away from the center. All the persons who are at the corners are facing away and the centers are facing the center. Now in this one, D is here and 2 people between D and A will be here. Isn't it? Then only 2 people between D and A, only 1 person between A and B. 1 person between A and B. Now in this case, B can be either here or here, and in this case also B can be either here or here. And 1 person between B and A and B. B is not an immediate neighbor of D. As B is not an immediate neighbor of D, hence B cannot be at this place, hence B must be here, isn't it? And B is not an immediate neighbor of B, B cannot be here, B must be at this place. Are you following this one or not? Only 1 person and B is not an immediate neighbor of D, only 3 people between A and F. 3 people between A and F is nothing but A and F are opposite to each other, A and F. And G sits to the immediate left of A. As G is to the immediate left of A, in case 1, G must be at this place. And G is to the immediate left of whom? And G sits to the immediate left of A. As G is to the immediate left of A, and in this case, G sits to the immediate left of A, G will be at this place. There are 2 possibilities to this G. G sits to the immediate left of A, only 1 person sits between G and E. between G and E, how many persons are there? There is only one person. E can be either here or here, and in this case, E must be at this place only. There is only one person between G and E. C sits third to the right of A. As C is seated third to the right of A is here 1, 2, 3. In this case, what happens here? C sits third to the right of A is not possible because D and C are must be in the same place. As C sits third to the right of A, 1, 2, 3, hence C must be at this place. If C is here, then who is the person left over here? H is the person left over. Now this is how these 8 persons are seated around this circular square table. Then question numbers 11 to 15. Let's write down this arrangement. Then let us discuss about this 11 to 15. Now in this question numbers 11 to 15, how many persons are there? There are 10 people seated in 2 parallel rows containing 5 people each in such a way that there is an equal distance between adjacent persons. Row 1, P, Q, R, S and T, and they are seated and in row 2, A, B, C, D and E are seated. Then now sir, question numbers 11 to 15. Now in this 11 to 15, what is information here? 5 persons in row 1 and 5 persons in row 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And P, Q, R, S, T are seated in row 1. And in row 2, A, B, C, D and E are seated. And some of them are facing south and some are. Now among these, which is row 1 and which is row 2 is not clearly known, isn't it? You can fix it anywhere. Now if you take A to E at this place, and P, Q, R, S, T will be here. Or A to E at this place, P, Q, R, S, T will be here. Okay, there is no specific condition on this one, you can take it any place. But it's all these 5 persons must be in a single row. And P, Q, R, S and T. Then row 1 is P, Q, R, S and T. Now this is row 1. As we have taken P, Q, R, S and T, this will be row 2. And seated but not necessarily, some of them face south and some of them are facing north. Within the row, some persons are north and some persons are south. And in the given arrangement, each person seated in a row faces, each member in a row faces, some of them are faces south, and each one of the member exactly behind the other. And condition number 1, Q sits at one of the extreme ends of the table. As Q sits at one of the extreme ends of the table, this Q must be his spot, and Q belongs to row 1. And P sits third to the right. Q faces and faces north. As Q is facing north and sits at an extreme ends of the row, this is the only possibility because now say there is one more person P is seated third to the right of Q, P must be here. Are you following this one or not? Hence Q is facing towards which direction? Q, who is facing towards north, is seated at an extreme end of the row, and P sits third to the right of Q. And P sits face to face with A. As P sits face to face with A, and this A and P are opposite to each other, A is towards south and P is towards north. Clear? And P sits face to face with A. B sits to the immediate left of A. As B sits to the immediate left of A, B must be at this place. B sits to the immediate left of A, and B sits face to face with the one who sits second to the left of S. Seated second to the left of S, and S must be here, and this S must face towards south. Then only this B will be face to face with this person. And B sits to the immediate left of A, B sits face to face with the one who sits second to the left of S. Only one person between S and T. As only one person between S and T, T must be here. Hence B and T are facing each other, T is towards north and B is towards south. One person between S and T, R faces south. As R faces south, R will be at this place. Now this R is facing towards south. And D sits exactly behind R. As D sits exactly behind R, D will be here. As D sits exactly behind R, D sits exactly behind, D and R face opposite direction. R is facing towards south and this D is facing towards north because D and R are opposite directions. And C sits to the immediate right of D. C is to the immediate right of D, C will be here. If C is here, then E will be here. C sits to the immediate right of D. Next one, E sits second to the left of C. E is seated second to the left of C, C is facing towards north. Immediate neighbors of D faces opposite direction. C is facing north and E must be facing towards south. E must be facing towards south. Clear? Now this is the final arrangement. E, D, C, A, B and Q, R, S, P and T. E is south, D is north and C is north, A is south and B is south. and Q is facing towards north, R towards south, S towards south, and P north and T north. And this is about question numbers 11 to 15. Then coming to 16 and 17. Now 16 to 17 directions. Now 16 to 20, 16 and 17. Now in this 16 and 17, what is the information here? B is 12 meters to the north of point A. B is 12 meters to the north of point A. If you take A at this place, and B is how many meters? B is 12 meters. B is 12 meters to the north of point A. C is 5 meters to the east of B. Now this C is how many meters? 5 meters to the east of B. D is 18 meters to the south of C. And D is how many meters? 18 meters. Now D is 18 meters to the south of C. And E is 5 meters to the west of D. E is 5 meters to the west of D, hence D and E form a horizontal straight line. And D point P is exactly midway between A, P and E. Now P is exactly midway between P and E, hence P is here. Now the total distance between C and D is 18. Now here A and B is 12. Then what is left over here? 6 more is left over. Now the distance between A and E is 6, out of which P is exactly midway between these two. Hence the distance between A and P is 3, and P and E is again 3. Q is 15 meters to the east of point P, and Q is 15 meters to the east of point P. Now sir, as P is here, this is 5 and this is 10 more. Hence P is 15 meters to the east of point. Q is 15 meters. Q is 15 meters to the east of point P. Point P. R is 15 meters to the north of point Q. R is 15 meters. R is 15 meters means this 3 plus 12, that is 15. Hence R, B, C and R forms a horizontal straight line. Out of which B, C and R forms a horizontal straight line. And in this one, what is the distance between these two? Now the distance between these two equals to and this 10. Then a person starting at point R at this place. Point R walks 15 meters west. 15 meters means this is 10 and this is another 5. Then he reaches to point B 15 meters west. Then takes a left turn and walks 2 meters. From B, he has traveled some 2 meters, isn't it? How far will he have to walk in order to reach point P? Now sir, what is the distance between P and B? P and B is 15 meters, 3 plus 12, 15. Out of which this person already covered 2 meters. Hence what else is left over here? 13 meters. And this person has to travel 13 more meters to reach point B. Choice 2. Then question number 17. If a person walks 10 meters north from point D. From point D, if this person walks 10 meters north. 10 meters north means from here 10 meters, this is 3. And the next one is how much? This is 7. 3 plus 7, 10. Isn't it? Out of the total distance, what is the total distance here? 18. Now from D, this person has covered 10 meters. Hence let us take at this place and 10 meters, and what else is left over here? 8 more is left over. If a person walks 10 meters to the north of point D and then walks towards southeast, then this person is moving towards southeast. And first he reaches which point? First he reaches point Q, that is choice 2. Done with this? And this is about 16 and 17. S 18 to 21. 18 to 21 syllogisms. S 22 to 25. 19. Now question number 19. Now in this question number 19, what is given in this one? 19th one? 19. Some vultures are sparrows. Some of the vultures are sparrows can be written like this. Some vultures are sparrows. All sparrows are parrot. All these sparrows are what? Parrots. And all ducks are sparrows. All these ducks are what? All ducks are sparrows. All ducks are sparrows. All sparrows are parrots. And some vultures are sparrows. Then what is the first conclusion here? All ducks are parrot. All ducks are parrots is definitely true or not? Definitely true. Then what is coming to the second one? Some vultures are not sparrows. Some vultures are not sparrows. As of now, these are the vultures which are not sparrows, definitely true. Now it is a negative conclusion, isn't it? These are the vultures which are not sparrows. In order to make this one false, now we should draw what? Alternate diagram. And now tell me whether I can show all vultures are sparrows or not. Now, rather than drawing my vulture like this, now we are drawing my vulture like this. All vultures are what? All vultures are sparrows. Now, this will be my vulture. No. Whether it can be drawn or not, all vultures are sparrows is true. Check out the remaining statement, some vultures are sparrows. Now, all vultures are sparrows is nothing but some vultures are sparrows is true. And the next one, all sparrows are parrots is also true, and all ducks are sparrows is also true. At the same time, I have proven a case wherein every vulture is a sparrow, which implies that some vultures are not sparrows is false. Then what is your answer here? Alternate diagram proven, previous conclusion false, and so only conclusion 1 follow. Only conclusion 1, and it is given with choice. Choice 2 is the answer. Done with this one? Choice. Now again, if you observe here, now all the statements are what? Once again, all the statements are affirmative. As the statements are affirmative, negative conclusion cannot be drawn. And the second one is a negative conclusion that can be, anyhow we can make it as false by proving the alternate diagram. For this one, no need to work out this entire procedure, because affirmative statements, negative conclusion cannot be drawn. If at all it has been drawn, then we can make it as false by proving the alternate diagram. And this is about 18 to 21. Then 22 to 26, coding and decoding. Then 27 to 31. As question numbers 27 to 31, what is given in this one? 7 candidates. Who are those 7 candidates? A, B, C, D, E, F, and G purchased a different number of books. Only one person purchased, as it comes under comparison, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 7 persons bought different number of books. Then what is the first information? Tell me here. 7 persons. And 7 candidates A through G purchased a different number of books. Only one person purchased less books than B. As only one person purchased less books than B, hence B must be as the 6th place. Only one person, that is the person which is at the 7th place. A purchased more books than both G and D. A is more than both G and D, but lesser than E. Neither G nor D purchases the minimum. As G and D cannot be in these 2 places, hence where should this G and D? G and D must be in the first 2 places, 4 and 5. G and D must be in the 4 and then neither G nor D, A purchases more books than but lesser than E, hence and E did not purchase the maximum number of books. E did not purchase the maximum number of books, hence E cannot be here. As E cannot be here, then what is the only possibility here? If E, A, if G is at this place, D will be here, or if D is here, G will be here. Done with this? Then E did not purchase the maximum number of books. C purchased more books than F. C more than F. As C purchased more books than F, C will be at the first place, F will be at the last place. C more than F, and here also C is more than F. And D did not purchase the third lowest. As D did not purchase the third lowest, this D cannot be at this place. As D cannot be here, then where should this D? D must be here and G will be here. Then what is the final order here? C, E, A, D, G, B, F. Then out of which G purchased 26 books, G is 26, and the person who purchased second highest number of books is 50. Now this is 50. Now we need to identify the remaining. Done with this? Now this is about 27 to 31. Simple comparison based puzzle. Then 32 to 36. As question numbers 32 to 36. Now in this 32 to 36, tell me what is information here. Now in this 8 books, namely P, R, S, T, U, M, N and O, isn't it? M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U are placed from top to bottom but not necessarily in the same order. They certain they contain different types of books among Hindi, English, Sanskrit, Math, Science and so on, and boxes are of different colors among red, green and how many are there? There are 8 boxes. How many colors do we have? Only 4 colors. And at the same time clearly specified, exactly 2 boxes are there of each color. Exactly 2 of each color. Consider top as the first position and so on. Top as the first position and so on. Then come into this one. Top as the first position and so on. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Top as the first position and so on. Yes, what are the parameters here? First we need to find out the box name among P, Q, R, S and so on, and the next one is the subject, and finally the color. Then first position and so on, the following information is known about them. What is the information here? There is a gap of 1 box between R and T. There is a gap of 1 box. There is a gap of 1 box between the box T, which is of green color, and box R, and both are in the top 4 positions. As both these two are in the top 4 positions, then what are the different possibilities we can have? If RRT can be at this place, 1, 2 and RRT can be at this place, this is one possibility. Isn't it? Then what is the second possibility here? Between R and T there must be exactly 1. And this R and T must be in the top 4 places. And so how many possibilities do we have? We have some 2 possibilities to this R and T. And both are from the top position. The box containing mathematics book is kept immediately below the black color box. Now black color is here. Now this mathematics is immediately below this black color box. Can we write like this or not? This black maths book is, the box containing maths books is kept immediately below the black color box and is of the same color as T. And is of the same color as T means T is which color? T is green color. And that means the maths box is in green color. Then same color as T. Box X is kept between N and O, somewhere between N and O. S is between N or O, isn't it? S is between N or O, and O is below S. As O is below S, O is below N as well. S is kept anywhere between N and O, and O is below S. The 2 yellow boxes are kept vertically adjacent to each other. Both the yellows must be together. And Sanskrit book is kept exactly between M and the box containing physics book. M and physics book. M and physics, between M and physics, the Sanskrit book will be exactly between. Now in any order. M, Sanskrit physics, or physics, Sanskrit M, exactly between. Now the word exactly is clearly specified. M and the box containing physics box. O does not contain Hindi. There is a gap of 1 box between U and N. There is a gap of 1 box between U and N. N which is kept immediately below the box containing math box. And N is immediately below what? N is immediately below the math box. As N is immediately below the math box. As maths is already here, N will be here. If N is here, S will be here. Then whatever is U, there is a gap of 1 between U and N. As there is a gap of 1 between U and N, U will be here. If U is here, then whatever this one, O will be somewhere here, isn't it? As of now, we got the order or not? Now, black, maths, N, S, U, O. Isn't it? Black. Now, black, no. In the other case, now N, S, U, O. Then what is the other possibility here? Then this U can be black as well. There are 2 possibilities or not? Then at the same, which is kept immediately below the box, okay? And box U is below the box N. U is below the box N, hence U cannot be the black box. Done with this? And U is below the box N. Next one. Hence, as of now, how many we got here? Black, maths, N, S, U, O. As black, maths, N, S, U, O, and the box containing civics books is placed at an even number place. Red color box which is kept at the top. Now what is the color here? Red color box is at the top. Now red color box is at the top. Red is where? Red must be at the top. Red which is there at this place. As red is there at this place, then tell me what is the box. Because T is what? T is green color. As T is green color, T cannot be at the top. As T cannot be at the top, then which must be at the top? R will be at the top. If R is here, then T will be at this place. And T is of which color? And T is of green color. And T is of green color. Clear now? T is of green color, we have anything this one. Then in this one. Now in this, now let us check out to carry this one. Black, maths, green. Can this be second box be mathematics? If this second box is mathematics is here, then below this mathematics what should happen? Sir? No sir, mathematics. If this mathematics cannot be at the second place, why? Because mathematics should be below this black, immediately below. Hence maths cannot be here. And mathematics can be at this place or not? Mathsman. Now mathematics cannot be here as well. Why? Because mathematics is fun. Mathematics can be at this place or not? Mathematics. Why? Because if maths is here, then black will be here, isn't it? And mathematics is what? Mathematics is green color. Unda leda manaki? Maths is green color, isn't it? Hence this will be black, and this is mathematics, and below this mathematics NSU, isn't it? NSU. Is it possible or not? And again, coming to this one, R and T, between these two, T is green color, isn't it? As T is green color, then can we have mathematics at this place or not? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we should have. As we should have 5, isn't it? And among these 8, then what is the position of this mathematics here? And black color box. And a black color box can be at the second place we have taken. Then can you take black at this place? Black at this place or not? If black is here, then mathematics will be here. If maths here, then NRU must be at this place, which is not possible, isn't it? Hence black cannot be at this place. As black cannot be at the second place, now let us check out whether black can be at the third place or not. If black is at the third one, if black is here, then after this black what should happen here? Mathematics, isn't it? As mathematics is here, and this is maths, and this mathematics is of which color? Green color. As mathematics is of green color, it cannot be, mathematics is green, it cannot be red because R is already, okay, T is already green. After this one, after this mathematics, NSUO, NSUNO. These are the two possibilities we have as of now, isn't it? Then U, and which is kept immediately below the box containing maths, U is below box N. The box containing civics is placed at an even number place but is not placed at the bottom. Even number place 2, 4, 6, 8. Out of which 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 cannot be civics. As 8 cannot be civics, then at the same time. Now, sir, mathematics, science and physics, this one more information is left over. What is that information here? And this Sanskrit is exactly between M and physics. As Sanskrit is exactly between M and physics, then what about this M? Any information regarding this M here? Now the red color box which is kept at the top, red is kept at the top, red color box which is kept at the top and is either contains Hindi or chemistry, either Hindi or chemistry, and box U is not of yellow color, U is not of yellow color, and box M which contains science book is of black color, isn't it? Now M is what? M must be either at the top or the this one, but yes here, and M is what? M is of black color. Are you following this one or not? Here also M is of black color. As M is of black color, which is of black color, contains what? Contains science. M is at this place, and what is the subject here? The subject is science, and M is here. The subject is what? The subject is science, and here it is science. And M science black color, black color. Now again, we have M Sanskrit and physics. As M Sanskrit and physics, now between, then tell me where can this M Sanskrit. Now can you take this Sanskrit at this place or not Sanskrit? Because between M and N, there is exact one, and M and Sanskrit there is only one. And at the same time Sanskrit and physics there must be exactly one. This is one possibility or not? Exactly between. Or if you take Sanskrit at this place, yes, then physics will be here. There are two possibilities in this case. Then coming to this one, M and what is the other possibility here? Sanskrit will be here. In this case, there is only one possibility. If Sanskrit is here, and this must be physics. Done with this one or not? Sanskrit is exactly between M and physics. And box M, the box containing English book is of black color. English is again black color. As English is black color and S does not contain any of Hindi or civics. S does not contain Hindi and civics. As Hindi and civics is left over, then what else is left over here? S, tell me. Then let us go through the information once again from top to bottom. No. R and T, which is of green color, and both are kept in the fourth position, top fourth. Then the box containing math box is kept immediately below black color. Math is immediately below black color and is of same color as T. Mathematics is green color, isn't it? And it is the same color as T. Hence, mathematics is same color. Hence, mathematics itself is what? Can you take this as T or not? Mathematics itself is a green color. If this is green, then whatever this one, this R will be here. R is here. And box S is kept somewhere between N and O. S is between N and O. O is below S. O is below S. The two yellow boxes are adjacent to each other. As two yellow boxes are adjacent to each other and at the same time. And two yellow boxes are adjacent to each other. And Sanskrit box is kept exactly between physics and this one. O does not contain Hindi. O does not contain Hindi. Hence, Hindi cannot be here. As Hindi cannot be here, here also Hindi cannot be at this place. As Hindi cannot be at this place, hence Hindi must be where? Either 1, 2 or 6th place. There is a gap of one box between U and N. N is kept immediately below the math box. We have taken this information. And U is below the box N. We have taken this one as well. The box containing civics is placed at an even number. And box containing civics is placed at an even number. And but not placed at the bottom. And civics cannot be at the bottom. As civics cannot be at the bottom, and civics must be either 2, 4, 6 or 8. And so here in this one, what happens here? Finally, civics is at this place. This is the only possibility left out. And this case is completely ruled out or not? Clear? Because finally we should have civics at the even number place. But yes, but not at the bottom. Here we are finally getting civics at this one. Then coming to this one. Now in this one, 2, 4 and 6 and 8. Among these, and 6, 4, 2, 4 is already done, and 8 cannot be here. Then what can be about this one? And 6. And the civics can be what? Civics can be S or R, out of which S does not contain any civics. And S does not contain civics, and so where should this civics? Civics must be here. If civics is here, then what are the other two subjects left over here? And this O does not contain. The box containing English is of black color. And regarding this O, there is one more information. What is information here? M, which contains black. The box is of black color. O does not contain a Hindi book. O does not contain a Hindi book. And there is a gap of 1 between U and this one. Math books. Box U is below N. The box contains civics is placed at an even number but not placed at the bottom. Red color box is kept at the top and which contains either Hindi or chemistry. Either Hindi or chemistry, isn't it? U is not of yellow color. As U is not of yellow color and both the yellow colors are adjacent to each other or not? As both these two yellow colors are adjacent to each other, hence these two must be yellow and yellow. If these two are yellow and yellow, then English must be of which color? English must be of black color. As English of black color, then where can we have this English? English must be at the bottom. That is the only possibility left over, isn't it? English must be at the bottom. As English at the bottom, English at this place. And this likes which color? Black color. If this is black color, then what is the subject left over here? S does not contain any Hindi or civics. S is not Hindi. Hence, this person must be Hindi. If this person is Hindi, this person must be chemistry. Then who is the person left over here? P is the person left over. And regarding these two persons, 2 yellow completed and 2 black completed and green and red are left over. If this person is red, this person will be green, or if this person is red, this person will be green in any order. Done with this? Now this is the final arrangement. Write down the final arrangement here. PR, MT, NS, UO. And the subjects are Hindi, Civics, Science, Mathematics, Sanskrit, Chemistry, Physics and English. And the colors are red or green, black, green, yellow, yellow, red or green, and finally black. Done with this arrangement? Now this is about question numbers 32 to 36. Yes, write down this arrangement and work out this one once again at your home. Okay, please keep this as a reminder, and whenever you get some time, please try to work out this one, because here, rather than directly representing the information, what we have done here, we have taken the information separately, then we have tried to fix that one, why it was so. Tell me why it was so we have fixed it like that? Because definite information regarding any place is not given. The second one is the black one, or the fourth one is mathematics, that information is not there. Hence we have n number of possibilities, hence we have taken all the information, then with the help of that information we have finalized the number of possibilities. Done with this? Now this is about question numbers 32 to 36. Then after this 32 to 36, then 37 to 40. Now in this 37 to 40, what is the information given here? Now 8 friends A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H are seated around a circular table, but not necessarily in the same order, and all of them are seated at equidistant and all are facing the same direction, isn't it? All are facing the same direction. Now let us take they are facing towards the center. Then all of them have a lucky number: 141, 242, 324, 384, 427, 835, 844 and 960, isn't it? Among these numbers, if you observe here, all the numbers are in the ascending order, isn't it? He has given in the ascending order. At the same time in this one, how many odd numbers are there? There are 2 odd numbers. 141 is 1, and what is the other here? 835 is the other. Now in the case of months also, we will always check out that one. What is the information we will check out here? 141, next one 427 and 835 are the 3 odd numbers. Now in the months also, we will always check out for what the least number. That means 2 months will have 31 days and the remaining will be 30 days or so will be given. First we should focus on this one. Here in this one, what happens here? This, and there are only 3 odd numbers. 141 is 1 odd number, and what is the other odd number here? 427 and 835. And in this one, there is 324. This 324 is what? It is a perfect square. 324 is what? 18 square. Now let us finalize this one. And E's lucky number is 2.5 times of D's lucky number. Yes, tell me what are the positions of this E and D? What are the possibilities for this E and D? E's lucky number is 2.5 times of D's lucky number. Yes, what are the possibilities here? E's lucky number. Now can D be 141? D cannot be 141 because it must be an even number. And can E be 242? If this is 242, 2.5 times of 242 is how much? That is 5 times is how much? 1 to 5 times. 1 to 10 by 2, 1 to 10 by 2, 610. Is there any 610 here? It is not there. And that is ruled out. Next one, 324. And 324 into 2.5 is how much? 324 into 2.4. And 324 into 2.5 means, first divide this by 5. 324 into 5 is how much? 1620. Isn't it? 324 into 5 is 1620. And divided by how much? 2, because 2.5. Then what is the number here? 810. Is there any number of such type 810? It is not there. Then what are the values of this one? 384, again 384 into 5. That is 1920. 1920 by 2 is how much? 2 9s 18. Isn't it? 2 9s 18. And what is the other number here? 960. Now the values of these 2 numbers can be identified or not? Then tell me what are the values of these persons. Now 8 persons are there. These 8 persons are seated around a circular table, and E's lucky number is 2.5 times of D's lucky number. And so what is the value of D? D is 384. And what about E? E is 96. Now we have fixed these 2 numbers. And D is not an immediate neighbor of C, and D and C are not adjacent to each other. D is not an immediate neighbor of C, and the one whose lucky number is 835. That means D is not adjacent to these two persons C and 835. And there is an angle of 180 degrees between H and G. 180 degrees between H and G means now these two persons must be opposite to each other. Out of 360 degrees, 180. If you take G at this place, now I am fixing H at this place. You can take it any place. These two persons are opposite to each other. And there is an angle of 180 degrees between H and G. And G, who is not an immediate neighbor of D. G is not an immediate neighbor of D. D cannot be in these two places. Isn't it? And G cannot be in these two places. The one whose lucky number is 844 and the one whose lucky number is an odd number as well as not divided by 7. 844 not divided by 7 sit opposite to each other. 844 and who is the other person here? 844 and odd number which is not divided by 7. Now 141 is divided by 7 or not? It is not divided by 7. Now here there is an angle and whose lucky number is an odd number as well as not divided by 7. This 141 is not divided by 7 or not? And this 844 and 141 can be opposite to each other or not? Chappan follow avutunna leda? Here he is talking about not divided by 7. 141 is not divided by 7 and the another number. 427 is divided by 7, hence it cannot be opposite. Then what is the other number? 835 can also be opposite. Hence this 844, 835 or 844, 141 are opposite to each other. Isn't it? Are you following this one or not? Then there is an angle of 135 degree between F and the one whose lucky number is 141. F and 131 and 135 degrees. 135 degrees means now if it is divided into 4 equal parts, 90, 90, 90. That means now from here 1 to 90 plus, that means the third place. 135 is nothing but third place. Now the total 360 degrees is divided into 8 equal parts. Each part is of how much? 45. 45 into 3 is 135. Hence what is the information here? And there is an angle of 135 between F and the one whose lucky number is 141. F and 141, how many persons are there in between? 2 persons are there in between F and 141. Can you write like this or not? 2 persons between and F and 140. C sits at 90 degrees clockwise direction from A and C and A. Between C and A, how many persons are there? There must be only 1 person. 90 degrees. And F's lucky number is the 7th highest and is not an immediate neighbor of C. Then F's luckiest number. F's luckiest number is 7th highest. First highest is how much? First highest is 960. Second highest and so on. And 7th highest will be is what? 242. And so what is the value of F? F is 242. Are you following this one or not? F is 242. Is 7th highest and is not an immediate neighbor of C. And F and C are not immediate neighbors. F and C are not immediate neighbors. And immediate and lucky number of the one who is second to the right of C is an odd palindrome. What do you mean by this palindrome? Palindrome means if you read from left hand side to right hand side to left hand side, the value doesn't change. Madam, isn't it? Malayalam, all these are words palindrome. If you read from left to right or right to left, the value doesn't change at all. Here, among these numbers, what is a palindrome here? 141 is a palindrome. As 141 is a palindrome, 844 and 141 cannot be opposite to each other. Isn't it? Lucky number of the one who is second to the right of C is, and C is an odd palindrome. C is an odd palindrome. Hence, whose lucky number is 141 here? Then, lucky number of the one who sits second to the right of C is an odd palindrome. G's lucky number is a perfect square. As G's lucky number is a perfect square, among these numbers, what is a perfect square here? 324. Now G is 324. And there is an angle of 90 degrees between A and B. Between A and C, there is 1 person. Between A and B, there is 1 person. Isn't it? As there is 1 person between A and B, and there is 1 person between A and C. Hence, A must be in between these two. Isn't it? As A must be in between these two, tell me whether A can be at this place or not. Then, if A is at this place, because A cannot be at this place. If A is here, then whatever this one, and C is 90 degrees, and who is the other person here? AC and AB, and B is 1 more person. Done? C is in palindrome. G's lucky number is a perfect square, there is an angle of 90 degrees between A and B, we have taken that one, and C's lucky number is 7th lowest. C's lucky number is 7th lowest, first lowest, second lowest, third lowest, and so on. Hence, what is the number value of this one? 844. Are you following this one or not? Lowest, starting from lowest, you should check out 7th lowest. Then if this is 844 and 835 are opposite to each other, 835 will be here. If 835 is here, then F's lucky number is 7th highest and is not. Who sits second to the right of C is an odd palindrome. Second to the right of C, who is that person? A. A is 141. Second to the right of C is odd palindrome, 141 is an odd palindrome. C done, A done, G and B were completed. Next one. F is 242, and what are the other numbers known here? D is 384 and E is 960. D is 384 and E is 9. Yes, one more information we have. Between F and 141, how many persons here? There is an angle of 140, angle of how much? 135. As an angle of 135, 1, 2, 3, F and H must be in the same place, which is not possible in the clockwise. Hence, in the anti-clockwise, F must be here. Now check out between A and F. What is the angle here? 135. Then what is the value of F here? Any information regarding F is 242. F we got as 242. If F is 242 and C and D are not adjacent to each other, that information is there. D and C are not adjacent. As D and C are not adjacent, D must be here. If D is here, then who is the person left over here? A, B, C, D, E is the person left over, E will be here. Then what is the value of E? E is 960, we got this one, E is 960 and D is 384. Then what is the number left over to this one H? H is 427. Clear? And this is the final arrangement of this circular arrangement. 8 persons seated around a circular table and the lucky numbers of this. And again, keep this is for reminder and work out this one once again after going to your home. Done with this? Now here earlier it was given in this same pattern. Way back in 2016 with an angle is given. The same concept we have included in this one. 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 135 degrees and so on. It comes under which category? Angle. Done with this? Again work out this one at your home. And the next is English. Sorry is already waiting here. Okay. And work out this one. Still if you any doubt, please bring them. I will discuss in the next session. Okay.